Hello everybody. So the plan for this video is that we are going to go through what you would need to do in your Unit 11 Network Systems practical, which you would do as part of assignment 3. Now, just in case the coronavirus is still going on and we're not in class to be able to do this physically, we've got a little video of me running through what you need to do. You can then tactically screenshot the screen at the appropriate point of the video and then stick that in your Word document and talk about it, and use that as evidence that you have actually done this. So the things we're going to do: we are going to add 3 user accounts to the network. We are also going to be messing about with some of those accounts by changing their access rights. So we're going to make somebody an administrator as well as a normal user. We're also going to change the times that they're allowed to log in, so they're only allowed to log in at certain points of time. We're also going to look at setting up some shared folders and shared files, but we'll do that later on in a second. And we're also going to be doing remote desktop and installing a network printer. What I'll do is I'll do bits and then I'll kind of cut, and then we'll set up the next part, and then I'll do the video of that in a little while. So first of all, we're going to do the making new users, and we're going to change the login restrictions, and we're going to change the access rights. So first of all, we are in the Server Manager dashboard at the moment, and I'm going to go to Tools, and then I'm going to go to Active Directory Users and Computers. So you might want to have a screenshot of that, because that's where we're going. Click on that one and it will open up the screen for us. So this is our Active Directories thing. So if we can go to lab.net here, that's where we are. If you go into users, these are all our users. So we have many users, and we've got one in here at the moment. Oh no, it's disappeared. I thought I put him in there, but that's fine. We'll put some in a second. So these are all our users. So you need to show that you've got at least 3 users as part of your thing. Well, we have a lot more than 3 here, so screenshot of that will do nicely. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add a user. So to add a user, what we do is we go to this little button just about here, the little dude with the plus sign on his head that says create a new user. Another good time for a screenshot. And we're going to click on that. And we are going to make a user, and we are going to call this user employee user 2, because I might have done a user 1 earlier. And then under the login name, we are going to put him down as employee user 2. Employee user 2, that's his login name. And then everything else on here is fine. So this would be another good time for a screenshot. And then we'll go to next. And now we need to set the password. Doesn't really matter what the password is. I'm just going to do password 1, good old password 1, everybody's favorite password. And I'm just going to click the little bit here that says that they don't have to change the password when they log on. It's generally a good idea to do that if you're really running a network, but as we're not, and we're just going to delete this user in a little while, it doesn't really matter. So another screenshot here to show that we've taken photo, or we've got the password set. Then we go to next. That then says that we've created the user. So another screenshot of that. And then we go to finish. And now we can see employee user 2 is there. So he's on the network. So we can have a screenshot of that one as well. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start messing about with his account, or altering his account. So we right click and go to properties. And we get this come up. So the bits that we need to look at, we need to look at the bit that says member of, because this is where we're going to change him. At the moment, he is a member of the domain users. That means that he has user rights and nothing else. Now what we're going to do, we trust Mr. Employer User fairly well, so we're going to give him admin rights. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to click on add. And then under where it says enter the object name, we're going to type in administrator. Might help if I spell that right. Yep, and then go to check names. And then we've got administrators, so we can click on OK. So screenshot here. Boom. And then now you can see he's now also part of the administrator group. So another good time for a screenshot. So I'm just going to apply that. I'm not going to click OK because I want to keep the window open. And now we're going to change his logon times. So we go onto account, and we're going to click on this bit that says logon hours. So another good time for a screenshot. And what we're going to do, at the moment, we're making Mr. Employee work 9 till 5, or midnight till midnight every single day of the week. That seems a little bit harsh. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out the weekend and click on log on denied, so you can't log on at the weekend. We're also going to say, you know what, I think it's a bit mean to be asking you to be working before 8 o'clock in the morning, so we'll do that as well. And also after 6 at night, so we'll do that too. And now, as you can see, he can only log on pretty much 9 till 6 on weekdays. So that's excellent. So another screenshot of that, and there we go. And that is the user added, the login restrictions changed, and the access rights changed. So I'll have a quick cut here, and we'll carry on with the next bit in a second. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to set up your shared folders. You need to have 5 shared folders that contain 7 shared files. So what we're going to do, we're still on the server, and we've gone onto the computer for the server, so we want to have a little look at all the different parts we've got on here. So we're going to have a look in the local drive of C, and you can see in here we have a folder called company documents. In the company documents file we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 files. Good time for a screenshot. And then inside the equipment audit folder we have 7 files within there. So we've got 5 folders, 7 files. That's what you need to show that you are sharing. So this is what we're about to share in a minute. Just ignore the fact that all these have no size because they're just blank documents. Photo is all we need. We don't need to worry about it anymore. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the company documents part here, and we're going to right click on here, and we're going to go to properties. So good place for a screenshot. Get properties. Point, and then we're going to go into sharing, and we are going to share this on the network. So another good time for a screenshot. So now, as you can see, we have got it shared with administrators. Now we gave our employee user administrator privileges, so because they are part of the administrators group, they should be able to see this file. So we'll go with that. So we'll just click on share, so screenshot and share. Another screenshot of this one, that just shows you that it gives you what we want, and we've got what we want on here, so the company documents have been shared. So we go on to close, all done, and that's done. So I'll just cut from here, go to one of the client PCs, we'll get logged in and we'll see if we can see that where we are. Okay, so now we're on a client machine and we are logged on as employee user 2. What we're going to do now is we're going to try and map a network drive, which means that we can take the folder that we've just shared on the other computer, and then we can access that from a client computer, so this one here. So even though the folder is on the server, we can still look at it even though we're on a client machine here. So we're going to go on to network, and in network we can see this machine here. This is our server, so we're going to double click on the server. These are the other machines on the network, but we're going to click on the server, and then inside there you can see we have a bit called company documents. So have a little bit of a screenshot here. If you didn't get a screenshot of the server, go back a few seconds, get a screenshot of that as well. And what we're going to do is going to right click on there, and we're going to go to map network drive, which is that bit there. So map network drive, so another good time for a screenshot. And here it's saying it's going to call it drive Z. That's fine with me, I'm more than happy with that. And everything else we can pretty much keep as it is. So we're just going to click on finish, but screenshot here first. And now it shows that we can get into this. So if we now go on to this PC, we can see we have an extra drive down here that we have now mapped called company documents. That is our map network drive that has all of that information that we wanted in before. So if we screenshot that one, have a little look inside it, those are our 5 folders, and we've got our 7 files inside that. So that's all done. Right, quick cut, and then we'll go on to the next thing in a second. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to do remote desktop. So remote desktop basically means that we are going to use the server, which we are on at the moment, to control a different machine, which is over here. We're going to be controlling that machine on this one. So basically that machine's desktop will appear on this machine and we can control it from here. So we'll just get that set up. Try and get the camera in the right place again. There we are. Right. So in the bottom corner, which you can't quite see from there, I need to back up the camera a little bit. There we go. It's better. So in the bottom corner, we've got the search bit, and I'm going to type in remote desktop or remote. So it comes up here, remote desktop connection. That's what we want. So screenshot that. Go into here, and then this is the IP address, internet protocol address of the machine that we showed you off to our left of the client machine, and that's the one we're going to attach to. So we're just going to go click on connect. And then it's asking for the admin password to do that, so I'll just type that in. And then it just grinds for a little while it's connecting. It does take a little bit of time to do. The reason that you might use this is so you can take control of another person's machine. If you're an IT technician and they're having problems, you can take control of their screen and you don't have to go and visit them, which is especially good if they're not on the same site. Make sure you have had pictures of the fact that we typed in the password and then we had the thing with the IP address on and picture of this, and then you'll be sorted until we get to the next part. Right, that's just saying, do we definitely want to connect? Well, yes we do. A little bit more grinding. Okay, so that now shows that another user is signed in. If that we'll disconnect them if you want to take control of it, so we will do that. We disconnect them. Then on the other machine, I'm just saying that's okay, and I'm happy to be disconnected. And then their screen comes up here, and you can see at the top another thing to take a photo of. That's the IP address of the machine that we now have control of. So that is remote desktop done. Okay, so the last thing we need to do now is set up a networked printer. So I'm on the client machine now, not the server, and I have installed the printer onto this. It's the same one that we used in Assignment 14. So it's this one here, the Samsung printer here. So I'm going to go on here and I'm going to go to manage that printer. So now I'm in manage the printer. I'm going to go to printer properties, and this comes up here. So what we're going to do is just move that across a little bit. I'm going to go into sharing, and I'm sharing the printer. It will be shared as that, and I'm just going to click OK. So that printer is now shared, so I should be able to see that on something else. So if I go over to the server and I go into the My Computer part, I go down to network, which will be down here. So I've got PC4, that is the PC that we were just on. I go on there, I have a printer. So that is the printer that's attached to the other computer. If I right click on here and go to connect, then it just installs that. So make sure you've got screenshots of the fact that we shared it on the other machine, we've seen it on this one, and we've now connected to it on here. We now have a connected printer, and we have shared the printer across the network. And that's the lot. That's everything we need for this assignment. So hopefully you can get all those screenshots done, put them in a Word document, annotate what's happening on each one, which should be fairly easy because you can just watch the video again and listen to what I'm telling you it's doing, and you'll be part of the way through to having your assignment 3 done. So good luck, and I'll see you when we all get back. Bye.